look at a quick Raven here. Actually, I have one here that is very short.
Okay.
And something I have literally never thought of, but it's from Dagul9432, who easily commented and said, Benjen is on Skagos. It's the closest source of dragon glass. It's where he got the daggers and arrowheads. He hid that at the fist. Blood Raven sent him there.
Okay.
I have literally never, in my years of doing this podcast and my years of reading the Song of Ice and Fire, have never ever once thought about the possibility of Benjen being on Skagos, and now it's all I can think about as the most likely scenario for Benjen.
Bro,
it actually is the
I'm in. I'm in.
It quite literally is the only route I even want to go with Benjen, because George has made it pretty clear that Cold Hands is not Benjen like we got in the show. So if Cold Hands is not Benjen, and like, you know, the note from the editor and all of those things, then where is he? And Skagos makes a ton of sense. We don't know that path. We don't know what happened. I mean, what's to say he and Mance didn't have some sort of alliance or agreement? We know Mance went to Winterfell. He was younger. So what's to say he doesn't know Benjen or have respect for Benjen? Or what if he came across Benjen and said, here's what's going on. Here's what's happening. You know, this is why I'm moving. What's to say Benjen doesn't start making plans of his own? We don't know. You know, we don't have no idea, but he's such a wild card and we think he's going to come back. Is this,
man? I mean, this is tremendous.
And it's literally like one little comment. I was like, oh my God, I've literally never thought of that.
All right. I'm trying to look at the map. Okay. We're the last, it's like Fist of the First Men is the last place we think we know he was, right?
Right. Yeah. Fist of the First Men. There's that really good map. So you can't see Skagos. Well, you can up here in the top. It's all the way over here. So it's like East Bay. It's not this tiny little island here. It's like a much bigger island.
It's huge.
Kind of down here. But you've got Fist of the First Men over here. Skagos is way over here. You got Hardhome. Here's the Haunted Forest, Craster's Keep. So he goes missing somewhere in the Haunted Forest. We don't know where. That we don't know that Benjen is the one who took all the Dragonglass to Fist of the First Men.
That's just
right. I could be okay with. I don't even know about the Dragonglass. I'm just down on the idea of he went to Skagos, which is still, like, you know, technically on the north.
Could he also be at Hardhome? Like,
I mean, maybe he went there and he saw like everything that's going on. It's like, this is bad. Like, this is it's winter's like legitimately coming now.
Oh man. Also, I just always see this Lands of Always Winter over here, Uncharted, and I'm like, man, that's so big. Like, we know that has to play a role with the White Walkers, but dude, Benjen on Skagos is so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We need to sit
because
down
well, it's one of our best performing YouTube videos ever, by the way.
Well, we need to do it.
We need to do another. We need to do another Skagos video, and I actually just made another YouTube short about and TikTok about Ricken and how I don't think he's gonna die because he's not in the pink. He's not in the pink letter, and what that's such a big difference. Like that is monumentally huge that Ricken is gone, because if he lives, that changes everything. Now Sansa isn't queen in the north. Now,
yeah.
Remember, there's other changes too when you're talking about up in this area, like Alliser Thorne. That's another one of my favorite wild cards to explore.
Yeah, Alliser Thorne is a really cool character.
He's killed in the show by Jon because he's like part of the mutiny. Not even there when it happens. Big change. And people have pushed back on me, but I think a lot of times it's people who like just watch the show. I still push back on the idea of Alliser Thorne may end up being a good guy in the end. I mean, like he is technically a good guy. Right. Well, once he realizes Jon Snow's the true son of Aegon, who, remember, he's a Targaryen loyalist.
Alliser Thorne definitely is one of the more underappreciated characters, in my opinion. We have to find like something in the lore that would hint that Benjen would want to go there outside of just like I would just like to see him on Skagos, dude. If he ends up riding with Ricken.
Yeah, it all kind of depends on the timing of everything, because we know he just goes missing, but that doesn't mean he could just get injured. He could be captured. but there's no like Mance Rayder makes no mention of him, and I feel like he would have to Jon. So that to me very much leads me to believe that Mance has no idea where Benjen is. Like that's just not a detail George would have left out. Like there would have been a one-off line of I went looking for Uncle Benjen, and there's like nothing about it. And Benjen could still be the one to reveal to Jon, here's the deal about your parents.
And Sam could still do it.
Sam could still do it. I think it's more likely that Sam is going to figure it out at the Citadel. Bran will figure it out on his own. We will have some Howland Reed could reveal some of it to the realm. Like I think there's a lot of pieces that will confirm it, but Benjen could still be the one to reveal it to Jon.
Yeah, and we what was it, a couple months back we talked about like how much does Benjen really know? And I think you and I were like, Benjen probably knows.
And he probably knows all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I 100% believe it.
It's more interesting if he does. So I'm going to say he does.
Yeah, because even when they talk about Benjen, like when they go to Craster's Keep, like there's nothing on him.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so they go west, which maybe he went east. Now, again, Fist of the First Men, planting all that dragon glass there felt like it was pretty well established there. There is something, by the way, and this was never explored, and it's never going to get explored, unfortunately, because the game got shut down. But the North Grove in A Song of Ice and Fire.
Telltale.
And so in the Telltale game, it is a place beyond the wall, House Forrester. Again, this is all in the Game of Thrones series, which is not canon, but
it's actually pretty cool.
It's really cool, and a lot of the cast does voice acting for it. And I would have to imagine George. I don't know how if they say exactly like how much George was involved in it or whatever, but it's supposed to be some place where people go and cultivate their gifts as like skin changers and blood mages, and
it has its almost like its own lore completely.
But there was only it was only mentioned like twice in the game, and it felt like it was going to be some big deal, and then that we never got anything more on it.
No, we didn't, and it's a shame because I was pretty invested, even though I found out that like none of the actual like decisions you make matter really.
Well, they would have had there been more games, because the Walking Dead game that they did, because
I guess they only had the first one. They had to set up the story somehow,
just like everything.
Yeah, that's right.
You never get enough piece of the puzzle.
That's right. We're always just getting honey-dicked by A Song of Ice and Fire,
pretty much
video games or just
pretty
absolutely honey-dicked.